Douglas Cooling and Heating, serving the Birmingham area for 38 years. 988-3706. That's Douglas.
I'm James Spann with the Weather Extreme video. This is for Monday, the 24th of October, the afternoon edition. Beautiful day today. We'll be in good shape for 2 more days and a new hurricane in the Caribbean. Let's get in there and talk about it. First off, I thought this shot was gorgeous. This came from Stephanie Honeycutt, one of our sky watchers. She took this image around Lookout Mountain near Chattanooga this past weekend, where the colors are really starting to come out nicely. Around here, it looks like the peak is still several weeks away, maybe 3 weeks away. It's kind of a slow season. It's been dry, which is often the case in October. That's the Fayette Sky Cam, of course. That's the Fayette County Courthouse. That's the camera we watch carefully here in October, the Mount Cheaha Sky Cam at Cheaha State Park, where the colors are coming out, and they're probably still a couple of weeks away from their peak up there. And in Guin, up in northwest Alabama's Marion County, evidence of some fall color there. All right, the short wave that brought the raindrops yesterday, that's long gone. In the wake of that, we have a dry, stable northwest flow aloft, and the numbers look pretty good. Temperatures mostly in the 70s at 2 o'clock. The actual numbers there vary from 69 at Haleyville to 76 in Montgomery. And around the nation, a little tongue of warmer air coming up through West Texas and the southern plains, but generally speaking, temperatures about where they should be this time of the year. There's the rain for the next 5 days, and this is suggesting rainfall amounts of really less than a half inch for most of North Alabama, with nothing down there for the southern counties of the state. And this is valid through Saturday morning at 7 a.m. There is no doubt we will get some rain at the end of this week, but exactly when and how much, that's still somewhat up in the air, as you'll see. All right, there's a look at Hurricane Rena. Maximum sustained winds are at 75 miles per hour, but a really rapid intensification. You know, that was classified as a minor tropical storm earlier this morning. Moving northwest at 5, just drifting. And with a drift and weak steering currents, you bet the spaghetti model plot is going to look like a bowl of spaghetti. That's why it's called that. Really now we've only got a couple of models that want to ramp it up toward South Florida. Most models just kind of leave it meandering around the northwest Caribbean for the next 5 days. Ultimately, I think there will be a turn to the east or northeast as the westerlies get involved. The hurricane warp suggests that in about 120 hours, but all of this is going to stay well south of here. And again, with the uncertainty in the track, there's certainly going to be some uncertainty in the intensity guidance. You can see most models bring it to a major hurricane here within, say, 48 or 60 hours, then some weakening, and then, you know, a couple outliers at the end ramp it up to a Category 4. And it just, you know, it's all dependent on the interaction with land. This is the official track, and I think that makes pretty good sense. This is valid, or coming from the Hurricane Center, valid through Saturday morning, and you can see it becomes a major hurricane over the Caribbean by Wednesday, and then begins to turn north up toward Cozumel, and is right over that island there Friday morning at 8 o'clock, and then begins to hook back to the east toward the western tip of Cuba. And again, you know, this time of the year is very, very hard to get a tropical system up this way because the westerlies are so far south. But again, if you got a cruise coming up, if you're trying to go to Cozumel or Cancun, just be aware that could be a huge issue later this week. All right, let's look at the GFS. This is the 12Z run, valid at 7 o'clock tomorrow evening. The core of the westerlies, a little north of here. The air is dry, should be a beautiful day. Sunny, we'll start the day in the upper 40s. We'll wind up somewhere between 77 and 80 with blue sky and sunshine. Wednesday looks good. Cold front north of us won't bother us. We'll expect a high in the mid to upper 70s. And Thursday, the GFS continues now to kind of back off of that phased, sharp long wave trough. It's got energy well to the north over Pennsylvania and New York, and then another vortex over Arkansas. And accordingly, the front to even Thursday evening, is the rain with that is still northwest of here, and a pretty good chunk of the rain is actually on the north side of the front. So this latest run is slower, and if the future runs reflect that, we'll probably slow things down and bring in the chance of rain mainly Thursday night into Friday. This is Friday evening at 7 o'clock, and this has the rain ending around the Interstate 20 corridor Still some potential for light rain down to the south. And again, we're kind of looking at that high school football window. You know, we've been very lucky. 10 weeks in a row, the first 10 weekends for high school football, no rain on Friday night. Going to be a close call, but looks like the bulk of the rain should be over in time for the games Friday night, and it will be noticeably cooler. Going to be kind of a raw day. We'll struggle to get out of the 50s with a cool north breeze, clouds, and some light rain, especially Friday morning. And there's Saturday starting off the weekend. What a beautiful day. Highs in the 60s, lows upper 30s to near 40. Just perfect fall weather. And again, down to the south, the GFS leaves Rena basically in the same place all week long. There's Sunday. Again, the GFS does not want Rena to get involved in the westerlies. It keeps it way down south. Our Sunday should be gorgeous. Bright sunny weather with highs in the 60s. And Monday of next week, pretty much the same deal. Just perfect fall weather with all of the tropical mischief well to the south. Let's check the model on the 4th, a few days later. This is November 4th. Look at that trough. Wow. Ooh, goodness now. Come on. That might be a severe weather kind of look if that's right. Very strong dynamics, surface low north of Memphis. Not overly deep, but still, that might suggest some chance of strong storms, maybe severe weather if this happens. And this is out there in the land of voodoo. You know that. And the end of the forecast on the 9th. Pretty good little westerly flow aloft here, but we are in dry air, and that looks nice and quiet, should that be correct. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video today. We'll have notes on the blog. The next video here by tomorrow morning at 7. And if you can, if you're local to us, catch us on television this evening, ABC 3340 in Birmingham at 4, 5, 6, and 10. Thanks for watching. Have a great evening, and God bless. Weather.